Welcome back to the short funding video training series for real estate investors adapting to new financing rules and requirements. In this segment, you will learn the key difference between simultaneous closing and back-to-back closing transaction types. My name is Heather, Executive Digital Assistant at Short Funding LLC, and here to serve our valued clients. Let's start with an important point for wholesalers. Despite new industry scrutiny and the many changes in title company internal regulations, in either simultaneous or back-to-back closing scenarios, the investor does not need to use any of his or her own money to flip deed contracts for a profit. Also, a bit of terminology. A simultaneous closing has historically been known as a seller financing technique, where the private mortgage note created by the seller is sold to a note buyer upon closing. The term simultaneous closing has been expanded in recent years to include flipping the deed to a property as well as the note. Both these types of flip transactions have the same initial requirements, which are Side A to B and B to C side contracts secured by the investor. When the contracts are executed, the investor places them both in escrow at a single title company or closing attorney. The difference between the two types is how the Side A to B transaction is funded. In a simultaneous closing, the end buyer's lender funds the B to C contract closing first. The Side A to B side is waiting to close immediately afterward, and then the funds are disbursed to seller and profits to the investor. The order of recordation of the title deed is orchestrated by the title company, so there are no title defects. It is called simultaneous, but for all practical purposes, the investor has sold the property before he or she closes on the purchase. This procedure was widely accepted by title companies for many years, but is now rarely allowed. A back-to-back closing is similar in process, but with one major difference. In a back-to-back closing, the investor funds his or her side of the transaction, separately from the end buyer's financing or cash. He or she closes the purchase of the property before selling it to the end user and does not use the end buyer's funds. In conclusion, a simultaneous closing means that the investor uses the buyer's money to purchase the property and then resell the deed without funding his or her purchase. In a back-to-back closing, both sides are funded separately. The good news is that it's very easy to arrange for a transaction funding loan, and I am here to help you succeed with that process. Please visit www.shortfunding.com to learn more about transactional loans. Thanks for watching. Please enjoy the other valuable video training segments also, brought to you by Short Funding LLC. Have a great day.